Mr.FalconPunch!
Hello everyone, it's your favorite kind of punch, Mr. Falcon Punch 996, the underrated king, back to bring you guys another new video. And I do know I said I was going to do this video a couple days ago, but you know, some things happened, so I had to take care of them. But anyways, I'm doing it right now. And plus, I just found out today that this video I'm doing right now, this video right here, is going to be my 100th video on this channel. So yeah, you know, yay for me, claps, man. Claps, because this is my 100th video on this channel. What a better way to celebrate my 100th video on this channel than fanboying and recommending one of my favorite manga series of all time. And if you don't know what that is by now, then allow me to tell you. And that series, that manga series, is none other than motherfucking Dorohedoro. Fuck yes. And today, I'm doing a motherfucking recommendation. So after this video, you better go out and read Dorohedoro, or bad things will happen. I mean, I know I fanboy really hard over this series, but I do it for good reasons, because this series is just amazing, and it's just really sad how underrated it is, since this manga series, Dorohedoro, okay, Dorohedoro is freaking amazing. I mean, One Piece originally was my favorite manga series of all time, but then I read Dorohedoro, and that changed everything. So yeah, that kind of speaks for itself, because Dorohedoro has everything I could ever want in a manga series. It has action, it has comedy, it has magic, badassery, mystery and horror, thrills and chills, two very, very unique worlds, bits of romance and drama, and an amazing and totally original and unique art style, a super large, interesting, badass, strange, scary, and sometimes chaotic, but at the same time, still very lovable cast of characters who all have great interactions with each other. And let's not forget the tons and tons of gore in this series. Since I mean, the violence and bloodshed in Dorohedoro is probably enough to rival series such as Berserk, since Dorohedoro is gory as fuck. I mean, in like almost every chapter, people are getting their eyes popped out, you know, brains are getting smashed in, heads are rolling, blood and guts are just splattered everywhere, and it all takes place in the hellish shambles known as Dorohedoro. Yet, despite all the darkness and death and bloodshed in this series, it still manages to be somewhat lighthearted and kind of funny in a kind of surreal, offbeat kind of way, which is why I think Dorohedoro is a must-read for anyone who is a seinen fan or just an overall fan of blood and guts and gore. Since, you know, Dorohedoro is just a series made for you. Like, Dorohedoro was created for you. Now remember, this is only a recommendation, so I'm not going to go totally in depth with the series. Even though I really, really want to go in depth, I'm not going to. I mean, I'm probably may fanboy over the series a bit, so this video may be long, but I'm not going to go totally in depth with the series, since I'm going to save that for my review, since, you know, that's what you should be doing in a review. So I'm just going to introduce you to the series, as well as explain the world this story takes place in, since the story does take place in two different worlds, as well as the story of the series, and just fanboy over the series, since, you know, I am the self-proclaimed #1 Dorohedoro fanboy on YouTube, and if you have a problem with that, then fuck you. And also, shoutouts to Dual Killing Anime and Anime Manga Ghost for making videos on Dorohedoro and spreading the ultra-violent and gory love that is Dorohedoro. So, you know, props to you two for talking about Dorohedoro, because, you know, Dorohedoro for the motherfucking win. How many times do I need to say it? But yeah, now let's officially begin the recommendation. And before I talk about the story of Dorohedoro, I have to talk about the two worlds that this manga series takes place in. And well, I guess it could kind of be debated that there are 3 worlds this manga takes place in, if you count Hell. But, you know, fuck it. This is my video, my recommendation, and I'm going to talk about the 2 main worlds in Dorohedoro, and those 2 main worlds are the Magic User world and Hole. And first we're going to talk about Hole. Since Hole is, well, it's basically a hole. It's a shithole, it's a hellhole, and basically for my supernova friends out there to understand better, it's basically Detroit. So yeah, Hole is a super fucked up place. I mean, the buildings are crumbling, the world is dirty and polluted, and many of the citizens in Hole are just mutated and deranged. And this is due to the magic users who come in from their world into Hole to experiment their magic on the people of Hole, which either causes the residents of Hole to either die, become severely injured, or mutated, depending on which magic the magic user uses. And the magic from the magic users has such an effect on Hole, it actually causes lots of pollution, and some of the magic residue goes up into the clouds, and when it comes back down as this really black rain, it makes the dead come back to life. And when the dead come back to life, you know, they're zombies and they attack the citizens of Hole. So yeah, Hole's a really hellish place. And it's just a really fucked up place. And the magic user world, on the other hand, is not as bad. I mean, it's not as hellish, even though in the magic user world there's devils, you know, flying around the skies. It's not as hellish. It's a very unique world. It's a bit cleaner than Hole, but still, you know, magic users are pretty fucking crazy, so there is blood and gore there as well. And it has very unique buildings, and the people there have very unique fashion senses, since most of the magic users in the magic user world all wear masks. Like, all the magic users wear masks, and all the masks are given to them from the devil, since magic users in a way are sort of devil worshippers. But those are the two basic main worlds of Dorohedoro that the story takes place in. And now it's time to actually talk about the story of Dorohedoro. So I hope you guys are ready. And the story starts off with Kaiman and Nikaido, who are in Hole hunting down magic users who come to Hole to experiment their magic on the citizens of Hole. And the two hunt down magic users because Kaiman himself is a magic user victim, and he's had his head turned into a lizard, as well as he has no memories of who he truly was in the past. So in order to revert Kaiman's face back to normal, as well as hopefully bring back Kaiman's old memories, Kaiman and Nikaido hunt magic users in hope of finding the one who did this to his face, as well as kill him. And the cool thing about Kaiman is once he finds a magic user, he normally bites down on their face. And once he bites down on their face, you know, their head goes into his mouth. And inside Kaiman's mouth, there's another man. And this man, this mysterious man hiding in Kaiman's mouth, will usually look at the magic user and normally say, "You're not the one." Meaning he's not, the magic user in his mouth is not the one who, you know, transformed Kaiman's face into a freaking lizard face. And so, if they're not the one, Kaiman takes them out of their mouth and just like slices them into pieces, because with knives, like with freaking knives, Kaiman is a beast. But the constant killing of magic users in Hole gets the attention of one big shot magic user known as N, who you could basically say is like a magic badass mafia boss who makes freaking mushrooms look deadly as well as super badass. And really, if you could do that, then props to you. Like, props. I mean, making mushrooms look badass. Like, who the fuck does that? N does, and he does it like a total fucking boss. So if N, tired of his people constantly being killed in Hole, he sends two of his cleaners, who are basically hitmen, Shin and Noi, who in my opinion are the greatest ass-kicking duo in history. And he sends them to go to Hole and take care of the lizard man in Hole and hopefully kill him. And this creates a spark which soon will lead into a great and gory battle between two worlds with sorcerers and the monsters they have created. And that is basically the story of Dorohedoro. And from then on, it takes many twists and turns, as well as we learn more about the world of Dorohedoro. The mystery of Kaiman's identity grows bigger and bigger within each volume. The super legendary time magic user comes into play, and a new group of characters join in the fight later on. So yeah, the story of Dorohedoro is an absolute great one. And while yes, the first, I would say 7 to 6 volumes of Dorohedoro are a bit slow story-wise, like story progression-wise, but you know, Dorohedoro makes up for that with, you know, the awesome action, mystery, and thrills and horror, as well as just the great group of characters. Like, Dorohedoro has a great group of characters. They're just very, very interesting, very likable, despite literally like 90% of them being like psychopathic killers. They're still just very likable and lovable, which is why you could kind of ignore the fact that, you know, first couple volumes have very slow story progression, but really, in my opinion, after volume 8, from then on, like, it's almost impossible not to marathon through the series, since after volume 8, shit just keeps on getting more real and real and real after each and every volume, since shit just goes down everywhere. Like, it's not even funny. And I have loads, and I mean loads of respect and love for the author of the series, and that author is Q Hayashida, because she made this series, and that's why I said she. The author of this series is a girl, and really this caught me off guard, and I know this may sound a little sexist, but you don't normally expect female writers to create a series such as Dorohedoro, and I say this for many reasons. I mean, Dorohedoro is gory as fuck. As I said in the beginning of this recommendation, it's probably as gory, if not more gory, than Berserk. And for those of you who have read Berserk, you guys know Berserk is like one fucked up series. But you know, Dorohedoro kind of hides the darkness of the series with its more kind of light-hearted comedic tone to it. It has sometimes to kind of lighten up the mood, but still, Dorohedoro is a pretty dark series. Not to mention, on top of the gore, the art style is extremely, extremely gritty. Like, it's gritty as fuck, and it really complements the world of Dorohedoro. And it's a seinen. I mean, I haven't really seen that many female writers or mangaka do seinen series. I mean, I've seen shonen female writers, but I've never seen a seinen female writer. And Q Hayashida, she's a boss. Like, really, she's a boss, and I have loads of respect and love for her for creating this series, since Dorohedoro for the motherfucking win. I said it again, you got a motherfucking problem? Bitch. But seriously, please, after watching, liking, and commenting this video, please, like, I'm on my knees right now. Go read Dorohedoro. Like, please, for me, or I'm gonna Falcon punch you in the face, but read Dorohedoro. If you're a seinen fan, or if you're someone who really likes blood and guts and gore and interesting characters, then read Dorohedoro. The series was made for you. Q Hayashida for the win. This series is amazing. It's amazing, and I love this series so much, but it just sucks that it is so freaking underrated. Like, it's not even funny, because this series is amazing. The story, you know, it has lots of twists and turns. The characters are just very, very interesting and very, very likable. Like, literally 95 to 99.99% of the cast of characters in Dorohedoro are likable. Like, there really isn't a character I don't like. And if there's a character I don't like, it's because we simply haven't had enough time to get to know the character, since all the characters are just really awesome, despite most of them being like crazy-ass psychopathic killers. But they're just all really nice and likable. Well, not nice, but they're really likable. And the art is amazing. Like, this series has the most unique art style ever. You know, I cannot really compare the art style to anything. The art style in Dorohedoro is simply Q Hayashida's artwork. Like, no one has artwork like, I mean, look at this artwork. I mean, I'm not even properly going on the right pages. If you really want to see how the art looks like go to like my previous pickups videos where like I show a couple of the panels, like the really good panels, but like the art in Dorohedoro is absolutely amazing. I mean, it doesn't really show on the online scans, because like the online scans, for some reason, the quality's not as good. Well, actually, I do know why, because, you know, it's an online scan, so the qualities are never good. But in the actual fucking volumes, like the English release volumes, the art is mind-blowing. Like, it's just fucking mind-blowing. And look, this is how the fucking story of Dorohedoro starts. Like, the first volume, this is how the first chapter starts off. A giant lizard man eating a dude. Well, not eating, but biting down on a dude. I mean, that is the most epic way to start off a series, which is why I highly recommend this series. I mean, I know I'm fanboying like crazy, but I just want you guys to get the message to go read Dorohedoro. And the last time I'm going to say it, the last fucking time, I promise, for this video that I'm going to say it, go read motherfucking Dorohedoro. It's the fucking shit, okay? Not the stinky shit, but the good shit. The good shit, motherfucker. So go read Dorohedoro right now, or expect a super violent falcon punch in your face. So do that shit right now. Like, comment, and subscribe, as well as subscribe to 11 Supernovas, and go read Dorohedoro, motherfucker. Oh shit, I said it again. But anyways, go read Dorohedoro. Anyways, me and my Dorohedoro volumes are going to have a lot of fun tonight, so I'll see you guys later. Peace.